So last bit of code really to do the correct answer, and here's a little note to say when I've selected the correct answer, then I want to move, say well done, and then move on to the next slide. So essentially it's going to look very much like this. Okay, so let's say Control C, and then I'm just going to leave a line and do Control V. Obviously it's not going to be called incorrect because this is what's going to happen when it's correct. So display message when correct answer selected. This is just a reminder for me, so it doesn't really matter what kind of stuff you type in here because it will just go green. The computer ignores that. The message box is going to say that is correct, and then maybe something like well done, depending on your audience. Well done name, and then that's going to be the title of the message window, or you could change that to correct answer or something like that. And then the last thing I want it to do is I want it to actually go on to the next slide. Okay, so here I need the code to move on to the next slide, and we already have the code to move on to the next slide because we wrote it here, and it's this, long instruction. And you might think, well, why do you need a long instruction? Well, it's very straightforward. Computers can only do what you ask them. So this is to try and make sure that only on the active presentation, so the one that you've selected, and in the slideshow window, what you want to do is you want to view the next slide. So that's really what it's saying in one long line. Okay, so that's we can save that. And then I can go to my PowerPoint and I can pick the correct answer, and then I can add an action to that, and this time I know that I need to, oh, there we go. So we've got a correct or incorrect or get name, and we know it's correct and okay. So I need to make sure that all the ones that are correct and incorrect are labeled properly. So that one's an incorrect one, and then say okay. So and basically that's how you're going to keep reusing the same code for all of the answers. So my next question slide, obviously I'm going to select the correct one, which is IP version 4, and the two incorrect ones, and attach the same code to it. So again, action for this, because I've done this now. That's the correct answer. This is the incorrect one. So let's run a macro incorrect and okay, and then action for this one. This is also incorrect. So essentially we're just reusing the code for all of our slides, and we kind of carry on doing that until we get to the last slide. So if I just start my quiz, it's going to ask for my name. So let's put a name in and then have fun doing the quiz, Henry. And then if I select an incorrect answer, have another go, Henry. And then that's correct, well done, and okay, and that goes to the next slide. Let's select the incorrect one, and then another incorrect one, and then this shall go to the next slide, but there is no next slide, so it should finish. So that all works. And obviously you need to have for your controlled assessment brief, you need about between 5 and 10 questions. You need to make sure that the questions are appropriate for your audience. You need to make sure that there's a proper ending screen. I mean, we could, if we wanted to, also add some more code which would essentially give us marks for every time we've got a correct answer, but we're making sure that everybody gets a correct answer. So we've kept it like that, and in the very last video I'll show you how to package the whole thing up so that it works properly. Probably because we'll have to, turn off allowing it to move to the next slide automatically and run it in kiosk mode. But those are very straightforward things, so maybe we don't need a video for that, but I'll have a think about it.